Right, Crusaders, I'm back. Part 2, well, second Crusader review, shall I say. New little lake that I've joined. It's lovely. I've had a little walk round. I'm going to have to find out what the time is. I don't know what it is. Been here a little while, just wandering, checking the place out. I am at the minute still sorting myself out, but I thought I'd quickly get the camera on the go and do a little sort of hello. Just show you, got the bits out, bivvy's up, table's out, bed's done. I'm just sorting out at the minute the bits that we'll be using for the review this week, or this session. So we've got Hinder's little gems, which I'm really looking forward to using, to be honest with you. I've had them for a while now and I've been dying to use them. Along with that, let's just get the Carp Craze PVA out of the way. We've got their Liver Pro, and I've also brought their Salmon Pro. They were kind enough, obviously, to send us everything you see there, so one bottle of each and another bag of little gems for a prize, which is great. Also, let's put that back there so you can see it. The Carp Craze PVA. Now, we're going to look into this a bit more later, but that stuff I'm really impressed with, and I'll show you more of that later. JW baits. Now these bad boys are something completely new. I think you can make out the shape there. Come on, pineapple gloves. Ah!
Hey, mate, how you doing? All right?
How we doing, son? You good?
Good. Yeah.
I'm just showing the Crusaders.
I've never seen so much water here.
What we've got. Right, just made up some sticks with Carp Craze PVA. Get the old gleam off there. So basically, in this little set that you get from Carp Craze, you get a tube, and it's double. So you have your stick, and then you want to do your bigger bags, etc. And the good idea, obviously, of course, in fact, obviously they both come together, but the plunger, so you got your little end and you got your big end. So lovely in there, lovely in there. Quality, I must say, I'm blown away just by how much you actually get and the actual quality of it. The one problem I have got with it, well, not really a problem, it's more about how you fish and how I fish and my OCD. I have done some sticks. Let me show you. Now, the problem I have, quality, don't get me wrong, everything's fine. Because of my OCD, I like every stick to pretty much look exactly the same. So they're all the same size. It makes no odds, I suppose, but to me it does. So the only difference I found with the Carp Craze stuff is the fact the ESP one that I was using has little notches to tell you sort of 5 centimetres, 10 centimetres, so you know how long you was doing your stick. Well, this one hasn't got it, so obviously you kind of go by eye. Plus the actual tubing is a greeny colour rather than see-through, so you can't actually see into the tube to see how much mix you've put in there to make your sticks with. These are all stupid little niggly things that it's just for a change for me. I'm so used to using the same bits over and over again that when I started doing it, I then noticed it's only when you do it that you notice it. But otherwise, quality, real quality. I mean, even the sliding off of the PVA when you're sliding it back onto the tube, no laddering, no ripping, no tearing, no frayed bits, real good stuff. I'm yet to put one in the margins, but I'm just trying to get myself sorted out, and I thought I'd better let you have a little message about this, or a little blog about it, or a little update or whatever. Yeah, so Carp Craze PVA is a winner, without a doubt. It is real good stuff. Comes in a lovely tube, you can keep it all nice and packed away lovely. Both tubes in there, both your PVA. As you see them sticks I've just done now, all that was in them sticks is pretty much what I did on the first Crusader review. I'm not going to go through my whole mix again for a stick because it's pretty much exactly as you see on there. And all I did with this one is I've added the only pellets that are in now are these bad boys. Now again, lots of good results on these. I've heard lots of good things. They're lovely, lovely little pellets, and they've got a right nice smell to them. They feel quite oily as well. But yeah, so that's the only thing I've put into the stick mix is these little pellets. That stick mix that I showed you, that's just for, let me show you, that's just for these boilies on one rod, which is, hope you know it's over the top, the JW Baits Undercover Squid. Now, these are stinking. I mean, to be fair, every bait I get smells good. These, pong, real bad. They're quite a hard boilie. They're frozen baits. I mean, they've thawed out. Could have put them in an air dryer. I haven't. They've literally just got down here and they've thawed out on their own. Got a lovely smell to them. Solid texture. A few bits in it. I think it's got a bit of spice to it as well. Undercover squid. Not so undercover when it's spicy like that. Really. I may be wrong, but you know. So the stick that I just showed you is the Carp Craze PVO. We're using the Hinder's Little Gems pellets in there. I have added a tiny little bit of marine halibut ground bait just because that's what I always do. The juice I put in now, again from Hinder's that they've sent with us, and I think this will go quite nicely with the old. Can you see that? Go quite nicely with the old Squid Undercover from JW Baits, and that's the Salmon Pro liquid quality. I put quite a nice healthy dump on the pellets I had. Didn't overdo it, not going mad, just seeing how it goes, but that's been enough to make them sticks up ready for these boilies, right? Also, just to quickly show you as well, so I'll show you exactly what's going on one rod. So I've also used, so this is a rig. I've got some photos, I'll probably pop them up in this section at some point. This, don't know if you see that or not, but this is a rig from Essex Rigs. It's one of 2 air rigs that he sent me. I've got a load of trolley rigs and I've got a load of multi pop-up rigs. Barbless, which I think is all good. What's the stuff is it? It is Gardner Trickster Heavy, so it lets you know on the little paperwork that comes with it, the size of the barbless, what pound is 15 pound, and it lets you know what is used as well. There's a little doobry there to connect it with. I mean, I normally do a loop myself, but so yeah, it's a fairly long rig, I suppose. But yeah, it's good. So we're going to give that a go. That's going to have obviously a stick on there with the little gems in the Salmon Pro, and we're going to put that on one of the rods, and we'll see how we go with that. The plan for my other rod, there's only 2 rods down here, so I'm only using 2. The plan for the other rod, I'll show you the rig as well. Again, it's the same rig, with that Gardner Trickster Heavy that I showed you is in green. This is the same stuff, but it's in the brown. It's in like the reedy brown colour, and that's reedy, not weed. Again, comes with its own little loop. I'm trying not to, can't really see too well what I'm doing here, but and again it's exactly the same setup, but as you can see on this one I've gone for a different bait. Now I'll split this in 2 and I'll show you the packet in a minute, and I'm sure you've seen a few pictures of these because they're a bit weird. These are the JW Baits grubs. Now splitting it down in 2, I quite like the look at that. Let me show you the bag. So they're plum and pineapple. See, the water's kind of ruined the thing, but yeah, plum and pineapple, JW Baits, and that's how they look. and they smell really nice. Really nice. I mean, the pineapple and the plum is great, but it's just, I think it's just the shape, the colour. You know, you break that off, make it smaller, move them about, do whatever you want to do with them. But again, I'm really impressed with them. They're a bit more, they're softer than the undercover squid, but they're nice. They're nice. The plan with them is to obviously air rig them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the big part of the carp craze PVA. Rather than do actual sticks, I'm probably going to break a few of them down. I'm going to add some of the Hinders pellet. I'm going to add a little bit. I don't know if I'll be adding a liquid to them. I don't really want to mix. I don't like mixing fruit and meaty or fishy. You know, I like, if I'm going fruit, I want to stay with fruit. So I'll probably just do a little bag of broken down bits of the old grubs. Won't probably use any juice, and it'll literally just be bags, and I'm going to flick them out on the other rod as well. I have got some choddy rigs that he sent off, that Essex rigs sent me. They're here. I've got, and obviously the multi pop-up rigs. So what I do have as well is stumpy steamies. Now, I've got 2 pots of these that were sent to me very kindly. Try and get in here. I'm doing all this video on macro, so I'm hoping it's going to come out as a bit better quality. But 16mm dumbbells, cherry and banana pop-ups. Again, at some point, and they're really banana-y as well. At some point, I'm looking at maybe changing over and putting a choddy ring on, or some. I'll make sure I'll get used to these. I've also got some JW Baits pop-ups as well, which I have used once or twice already. I'll try to use some down par on the sneaky, because they should be for the reviews, but they didn't have no luck down there. But also, I've got other Crusaders down here. I've got Net Boy Darren Moss is down here, Lee Naylor's down here, Naylor. The Wildebeest Crusader 3 will be down tomorrow, I'm hearing. What I'm planning to do is hopefully maybe give these boys maybe a rig, or maybe give them a little bit of the bait to try out themselves, see what they think, and just, you know, maybe go and see how they get on with it. So we get an all-round testing going on, so it's not just me. And that's about it at the minute. I mean, I'm still sort of I've got rods out. Literally got here and just plonked them out on the quick with a couple of old baits. Say old baits that I won't be using for the rest of the session. I've popped them out. I've had a few runs. I've had one run that was nothing. There's a lot of different fish in here, a lot of bream, a lot of tench, lots of carp. It's a pleasure lake. It's not a carp lake. It's just you know, I think it's just plainly for it's like a family lake basically. You can bring anyone down here and just come to fish, and it's a beautiful, stunning place to be. To be honest, first time I've been down here, and I walked around this morning, and it's pretty, very pretty. Not massive, but it's just pretty. It's got loads of little holes, little reeds, and little island. So we're going to see how we get on. I've set up the bivvy and everything's pretty good. So just tidy up again, sort myself out, get my brain in gear, because I still ain't woken up as far as getting my head on it, because yesterday I weren't really in the game, and crappy day yesterday, and I'm going to allow that. I probably won't even edit that one out, but so yeah, hopefully we're going to have some fish. But now I'm going to go and sort the rest of it out. I'm hoping to do a few shots as well, me casting and bits like that, some out behind me shots, you know, rather than just one-on-one all the time like this. But we'll see how we go.